Upon the death of Queen Elizabeth II, many royals were given new titles. But beyond titles, the royal family also saw changes to their cash flow. And it's only natural to speculate how much money family members gained as part of their new inheritance. As heir to the throne, Prince William's net worth is particularly interesting. Stick around as we discuss his major royal inheritance and net worth. The money that surrounds the British royal family has always been a point of contention and confusion. Many people, including the British, are unaware of how the royals actually make money and how much they earn. Simply put, the royals are paid through both public and private money. They also earn enough money through their estates, which are large, and inheritances, which are vast. The Queen died 3 months after her Diamond Jubilee, which took place in June 2022 and celebrated her 70th year on the throne. After the Diamond Jubilee, the Queen thanked royal well-wishers for supporting her family. When it comes to how to mark 70 years as your queen, there is no guidebook to follow. It really is a first, but I have been humbled and deeply touched that so many people have taken to the streets to celebrate my Platinum Jubilee, the Queen said in a statement at the time. She went on to say, "While I may not have attended every event in person, my heart has been with you all, and I remain committed to serving you to the best of my ability, supported by my family." She ended her message by telling her supporters about the joy she felt that weekend. "I have been inspired by the kindness, joy, and kinship that has been so evident in recent days, and I hope this renewed sense of togetherness will be felt for many years to come. I thank you most sincerely for your good wishes and for the part you have all played in these happy celebrations." But let us return to Queen Elizabeth's inheritances. CNN reports that the Queen's net worth was $500 million, which included the sum of her jewel and art collections, her residences, and investments. The Queen's will is a well-kept secret, so the public remains in the dark about where her money goes. But we do know the new king will receive most of it. But what about his children, Prince William and Prince Harry? Rumor has it that Prince William is set to receive a large inheritance now that the Queen has passed. Where the money comes from may surprise you. Prince William does not inherit directly from the Queen's fortune. So what did he inherit? The death of Queen Elizabeth II sparked a series of changes in the royal family, most notably the new titles for its members. Per CNN, Prince William's title means a bit more since he is now the first in line to become king. And being the heir to the throne has its perks, like a big jump in income. As the king's direct heir, Prince William is set to inherit a large property, most recently owned by his father, King Charles III. The Duchy of Cornwall estate is a massive piece of property, spanning over 140,000 acres, and said to be worth a huge $1.2 billion. The property, which was created by King Edward III in 1337, has been held by the royal family since then. The Duke of Cornwall earns money from his large estate and uses it to fund his public, private, and charitable activities. Thanks to the Duchy of Cornwall estate, King Charles III earned about $23 million in assets in 2021, meaning Prince William will soon join the ranks of millionaires. Surely Prince William had a healthy bank balance already. It's true, while a new title and new estate are sure to expand Prince William's financial profile, he already had quite a bit of money to his name. According to Fortune, before his inheritance, Prince William was said to have a net worth of about $40 million. The majority of his income came from the fortune left to him by his mother, Princess Diana. Upon her untimely death in 1997, the princess left each of her sons $10 million, with a stipulation that they would each receive an annual dividend of $450,000 when they turned 25. On their 30th birthdays, both Prince Harry and Prince William received the full amount of their inheritance. According to CNN, the majority of the money earned from Prince William's estate will be used to pay staff and maintain the property. Still, the prince should expect to receive about $20 million per year in income from the estate, adding to his personal fortune. Want to know the biggest slice of the royal family's fortune? The Crown Estate, worth $16.5 billion, $19 billion. However, under an arrangement dating back to 1760, the monarch hands overall profits from the estate to the government, in return for a slice called the Sovereign Grant. The Crown Estate owns a vast swath of central London property, as well as the seabed around England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. It is a corporation managed by a chief executive and commissioners, or non-executive directors, appointed by the monarch on the recommendation of the Prime Minister. The Crown Estate managed to generate a profit of almost $361 million in the last financial year. That amount to a sovereign grant of $100 million paid to the Queen from the UK Treasury, which amounts to be $1.50 per person in the United Kingdom. We can assume that the bulk of this money goes to maintaining the royal family's estates and paying their staff. The British sovereign grant is usually equivalent to 15% of the royal estate's profits, but in 2017, it was bumped up to 25% for the next decade to help pay for refurbishments to Buckingham Palace. King Charles also inherited the Duchy of Lancaster, a private estate dating back to 1265. It was valued at about $653,764 million, according to its most recent accounts, and has been used to cover official costs that aren't covered by the sovereign grant. The duchy also helps support other members of his family. Even though the figures are gigantic, there are restrictions. Despite being in possession of vast sums, the monarch and his heirs are restricted in how much they can personally benefit from their riches. Turns out a king's spending is restricted by the law. The sovereign grant cannot be used to pay for his own clothes or even his dog's food, and neither he nor his heir can benefit from the sale of assets in their duchies. Any profit from disposals is reinvested back into the state, according to an explainer published by the Institute of Government, IFG. Nonetheless, the duchies are private sources of wealth, meaning that their owners are not required to give any details beyond reporting their income. Last year, King Charles paid himself $21 million from the Duchy of Cornwall estate. Prince William and King Charles are not legally required to pay any form of tax on their estates, but both duchies have voluntarily paid income tax since 1993, according to the IFG. The move came a year after the family faced criticism for planning to use public money to repair Windsor Castle, which had suffered damage in a fire. What about Princess Anne, the Queen's second eldest child and only daughter? Anne is the Princess Royal and younger sister of King Charles III and the older sister of Prince Andrew and Prince Edward. She is also the mother of Queen Elizabeth II's grandchildren, Zara Tyndall and Peter Phillips, children she shares with her ex-husband, Mark Phillips, whom she divorced in 1992. The princess married again, her new husband being Timothy Lawrence. So what will Princess Anne inherit from the Queen? According to the I24 News, the Queen's daughter, Princess Anne, will inherit a share of the sovereign grant, as will her brothers, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward, which is now owned by their eldest brother, King Charles III. Reports also speculate that Princess Anne will be given a new royal title in recognition of her prominence in the events leading up to Queen Elizabeth's funeral in September 2022. What about the corgis? In September 2022, BBC reported that Andrew and Sarah Ferguson will inherit two of the Queen's corgis, Muick and Sandy. The dogs were a gift from Andrew and his daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie, in 2021. In 2021, the Queen was given a pair of dogs to cheer her up while her husband was in the hospital amid COVID-19. Queen Muick and another dog named Fergus. Muick was named after Loch Muick in the royal Balmoral estate, where the Queen died. Fergus, a Dorgie, was named after the Queen's maternal uncle, Captain Fergus Bowes-Lyon, who died in World War I. At the tender age of 5 months, Fergus died of a heart defect. On Her Majesty's 95th birthday, Andrew gifted her another corgi named Sandy. According to BBC, the Queen's dresser and personal assistant, Angela Kelly, said at the time that the dogs provided the Queen with constant joy and always brought a smile to everyone's face. Finally, what about the Queen's jewelry? According to Radar Online, Kate is expected to inherit more than $100 million worth of jewels from the Queen's personal collection. This collection includes 300 pieces that belong specifically to the monarch, rather than to the crown. Radar also reported that Kate plans to pass some of the jewels to her daughter, Princess Charlotte. Lucky girl! The royals are a constant staple of the British media. Despite any criticism, they remain one of the most talked about families in the world. They will continue to be relevant for many years to come. Thanks for watching!